Alrighty guys, what is going up? Welcome back to the best investing money management channel on YouTube. In today's video, we are going to be talking about the 5 stocks that I just bought. I spent over $10,000 on these guys. So not $10,000 in each one because that would be $50,000. I put $10,000. I put it all in this. So I hope you guys enjoy it. And if you guys get anything in value, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. If you guys get anything in value, hit that like button because it really helps me out. So starting off with stock number 1 is Berkshire Hathaway. Now this is Warren Buffett's company. I've been buying this stock now for a while, and recently we've seen a lot of support stepping in around the $771 mark. You guys can see it's hit it several times, and we get a lot of buying pressure there. It also has some clear resistance here at around 292. It's hit it several times, and we get a lot of sell-off. So I definitely think there's room from this 278 mark all the way up to 292. So for basic swing trading strategy or even a long-term investment, I think that this one carries a little bit of both. For swing trading, you're pretty much risking about 2%, 1% to possibly make 5. So, that's a 5-to-1 risk and reward, which is pretty good for a swing trade. Not to mention the long-term investment of Berkshire Hathaway is off the charts. Now, a lot of people like to say, well, when Warren Buffett's overvalued or he's getting old and outdated, yes, that may be true, but they bring in millions upon millions in revenue. Not to mention, they have a extremely high profit margin at 41%, which is extremely high. It's one of the highest out there. Now, what this means for Berkshire Hathaway is their profit margin is so large that they have so much cash on hand. Now, what they use that cash for is buying stocks, keeping the business afloat, and actually making this company grow in general. So you guys can see lately we've had a beautiful upward trend. Now it's selling off just a little bit. I think we'll get some buying pressure stepping in from this 277 to that 290 area. Stock number 2 is the one and only Facebook. Now, Facebook has been, in the rockers lately. You guys can tell it's sold off a little bit from its highs. It's sold off right at around 10%. Now, what does that mean? Does that mean that this stock is going to sell off and die and never going to bounce back? Absolutely not. This sell-off just brings opportunity to buy in at a lower price. There is some support here. You guys can see it's gotten bought up several times there. So the 352 area is extremely a good opportunity to buy it. It's very undervalued on the RSI. I see this thing coming back up to about 370 by the end of this year, which is pretty good, right? Not to mention, guys, Facebook is growing extremely fast. They have a 37% profit margin, beautiful upward trend, very little long-term debt, a ton of cash on hand, and just a stable, dominant company. Now, stock number 3 that I bought is the one and only PYPL, also known as PayPal. Now, PayPal is one that is a little more volatile. You guys can see it does go up and down, up and down, up and down, but if you're smart with it, you guys can make some good money from it. So lately, we've seen a lot of sell-off from this, but it does have some common support near this 268 mark. So if you hop into there, there's some room from 268 to 278, from 278 to at least 300, from 300 to 310. I think we'll probably see a little bit of consolidation, and then we'll slowly see this thing start stepping up. PayPal is one of my favorite stocks out there. The reason why is because they have a pretty decent profit margin, right at around 20%. They have a ton of cash in hand, very little long-term debt, and just an overall stable and solid company, and one that I am a huge investor in. They're in crypto, blockchain. Their app is amazing. I use it almost every day for a lot of business work. So it's just a company I use, and I think it's going to thrive over the next couple of years here. So moving on to stock number 4. Stock number 4 is TSLA. We all know this one here. This is the one and only Tesla. Tesla is on its way back up here. You guys can see it's up about 2.7%. I hopped into this one yesterday, and we're up a little bit right now. And I've been buying Tesla for years, just dollar cost averaging in it. I think that this one is going to be definitely hitting this 285 area to about 800 to or 800 about 850, I guess would be a good realistic performance, I guess, to see by the end of this year. I think we'll hit it just because of the overall growth and demand from Tesla. Tesla does have by far the lower on the profit margin with 5%, which is still pretty good coming from an auto company, and their profit margin used to be like 1% or 2%. So as long as they're growing that is absolutely awesome. So moving on to the last stock that I bought is one that we all know of. It is COST. Now, this one is Costco, right? Costco, stable company. It exploded up this past week just because of the sell-off. I think that this is a stable one to buy in, not have to worry about it. Not to mention, they pay a special dividend historically every 5 to 7 years. This time they paid $10 per share, which is awesome because it's a great way to start compounding your account. Beautiful upward trend, very little long-term debt, does have a very low profit margin, but they still make billions of dollars. Profit margins right at around 3%, which isn't great, but it's all right. Not to mention the sell-off broad opportunity. I think a good one for this one would be dollar cost averaging, so you guys can get a good average price for your shares. That's what I'm doing with this one, just because of the sell-off here. I did hop into this all the way down, and since it's skyrocketed up so fast, I'm just going to hold off for a minute and let it kind of see what's going on. Probably buy a little bit more next week and then the following week. But this is a company that I've been buying in for about 3 or 4 years now, so I'm a huge investor in it, and I understand that it's not going anywhere anytime soon, guys. So these were the top 5 stocks that I am buying. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, hit that like button and subscribe, and we'll see you guys later. Take care.